Hello, Ask a Libertarian members. In this video, I will be detailing the purposes and functions of the notifications department. First, I'll begin with the purpose. The purpose of the notifications department is to make the functions for all other members most simplified, organized, and fun. To detail a little bit more, imagine if we didn't have a notifications department. This is what it would look like. We have currently 40 plus members and our member base is growing. So without a notifications department, each and every single member would be required to screen through all the comments on every post in order to find the questions being asked by our fans. However, that would be way too time consuming and too high of a criteria for each member to possibly complete. Therefore, the notifications department screens the comments for questions, relays the questions into a spreadsheet, and then we present the spreadsheet to each member. Therefore, the members can find the questions being asked by our fans in the spreadsheet without having to screen through all the comments for questions, and also being able to, this empowers them to be able to disregard the notifications that are constantly coming in to each member. That's the purpose. Now I will begin explaining the functions, the standard operating procedures to operate this department. There's two sectors. The first sector is the screener sector of the notifications department, which really only has one task, and then performed by as many people as that's willing to help perform this task. The more people that help, then the less workload for each member. The second sector is the cleaner sector. And there's three tasks that are performed by each cleaner. Task 1 and Task 3 can be completed simultaneously, so that really should be done by one person. However, it needs to be done twice a week, so hypothetically, if we have two members doing it, then one member could do it once per week and another member doing Task 1 and 3 the other time per that week. Or if we had four members performing this task, then we could have each member doing it once bi-weekly. Or if we have four members, or 8 members, then we can have each member doing it once per month, and so forth and so forth. The more members there are, then the more spread out the tasks are. And the same principle can be applied to the cleaner with task number 2. Before elaborating on the specific task, I feel like it's important, it'll be most easy to understand the task at hand if I simply just begin performing the task here so you can see how they operate. So I'll begin with the screener's task. The screener's task is to open our Facebook page. If you don't have the application called Pages Manager, I would highly recommend downloading it, because it makes the task of finding the comments much more easy. So you don't have to click on each and every single post. You can just see which posts have had comments recently. Here's how to do so. First, open the Pages Manager, which is right here. And here's the front page. First, I'm going to click on it looks like a printer or an envelope with a piece of paper at the bottom in the center, which naturally would open up to our messages. Once the messages are open, you can click the top center where it has the Facebook icon with the circle around it to click to see which posts have had questions recently. Now I've prepared for this video, and I've clicked each of these, and I've screened through each of these already to see that none of these have any questions on the posts. So, actually there are a couple here, but they're kind of not really relevant, or they're more like joke questions. However, I do know that the 7th one from the top does have a question on it. So I'm going to click there. I see there's a question, and it's a legitimate question. Someone that's truly inquiring about the platforms or ideologies of libertarianism. This one is particularly inquiring about anarchism. So we'll copy the question, and I will copy the link to the video or to the post. The next step for the screener is to find the spreadsheet for the live questions for a libertarian. Now that I have it open, I will first copy or paste the question. But you can see the question's way too long for the box. Well, this app offers an option called Cell Wrap. The way that works is you click the box, then click the A with the 4 lines at the top, then click Cell, and then click Wrap Text. Now the text is wrapped so that it fits inside the box neatly, and then paste the link to the post, so now our members can see the questions that are being asked by our fans and click the link next to them. However, this question was recently added to the spreadsheet. It's number 17, and I just added it as number 18 for the purpose of illustrating the operations of this department in this video. So ultimately it's not necessary to have it there twice, so I'm going to delete it. And that is the full function for the screener. The screener next would open Pages Manager back up and start screening through the rest of the comments on the post for more questions. As I stated earlier, the more screeners completing this task, then the more thinly the workload will be spread. Next comes the cleaners sector. When you think of cleaner, think of erasing, removing, cleaning dirt, stuff that's not necessary anymore. The first step for the cleaner, the first task and the third task go hand in hand simultaneously. The first task is to create a timesheet for these questions. Basically that means, and I'll illustrate here shortly, but basically that means creating a spreadsheet with the times of the latest comment underneath the question. And task 3 goes hand in hand, because if the last comment underneath the question is more than 7 days old, then it can be removed due to no longer being a pertinent issue, because it's been there for more than 7 days and it's been inactive for that long. So therefore our members must have individually decided that the conversation is no longer valuable to continue. So to begin creating a timesheet, first what I'll do is analyze the first question. It's under the second row. Does this mean you're going to give everything you have here in the States to the indigenous and move back to where your ancestors came from? So I'll click the link, go to the post, and look for that question. I see here that Gino Gonzalez asked the question, so I will click the comments underneath, and it's not even necessary to read the comments for the sake of time, consolidating the time. It's only necessary to see at the bottom, comment, it was made, the very last comment was made on Tuesday at 9:35 p.m. Today's the 17th, Thursday was the 16th, Wednesday was the 15th, so that means Tuesday was the 14th. So this was commented on November 14th at 9:35 p.m. At this point, I will begin creating the timesheet. Actually, usually I just use my messenger. Anywhere that I can type is amply sufficient, but for the sake of appearing organized, I will use this document that that Google offers. Question 2 was created. The last comment was posted on November 14th at 9:35 p.m. The last comment was made within the last 7 days, so we're not going to delete this question from the spreadsheet because apparently it's still relevant. There's going to be a lot of repetition from here out for this task, but please pay attention to the next couple examples because hopefully one of them is older than 7 days, and I'll get to show you how to delete a question. In the Libertarian Party's platforms is abortion an end-of-life decision. I'll open the link, look for the comment. Here's the comment with the question. And the last time this one was commented on was Monday at 6:34 p.m. So I will add that to the timesheet. And then go to the next. I agree. And it's really not necessary to read the entire question here just to be able to find the question in the comments. So I'll just read the first little bit of this one. I agree, but if our presence in Niger, for example, is to be believed that ISIS is spreading and we have to stop it, then what is the alternative? Open the link and look for the comment. There it is. I agree, but if our presence in Niger, for example, is to be believed, etc., etc. So I click the comments, and I go down to the very last comment, and it was made on Wednesday at 12:40 a.m. So I'll add that to the spreadsheet. $12.40. And then go to question 5. I have a question. Why is the Austin Peterson I reject the NAP on the list of libertarians? So I scroll through the comments looking for the question. Here's the question. The last comment was made on Monday at 6:39 p.m. We haven't yet had an expired question, and that's actually a good thing because that means the conversations are still active. Question 6. So Trump created this secret torture site and had oversight of it. And there's more to the question, but I just need to be able to find the comment. Sometimes it opens up to a video form. In this case, click the comments. Here's the comment here, Rocky Parkerton. And the last time it was commented on was Tuesday at 9:38 p.m. Next question is number 7. Am I missing something? Is how it begins. So I click for the comment and comments. I click on the post and go through the comments looking for the question. Here it is. Am I missing something? The last time it was commented on was Tuesday at 10:37 a.m. Go to question 8. So am I irrational when I fear a screaming Islamist rental truck driver yelling Allah Akbar? So I click the post, scroll through the comments looking for the question. This is the only question, and this is a very good example because there are no comments underneath the question. So we can see two things here, that this question has been inactive since November 1st. That is well over 7 days, number one. And number two, even if there were some comments underneath it, it would be important to see the last time of the last comment. And if it was more than 7 days, then the question would also be removed from the spreadsheet. So this example illustrates that even if there are no comments, or if there are comments, but the last time it was active was more than 7 days, then we remove it from the spreadsheet. Here's how. This is number 8. So I press my finger onto the number 8, the 8th row on the left, and hold it down for just a moment. And then I click the 3 dots and then click delete. I'm going to continue doing this until I finish with question number 16. However, I don't see any reason to watch me do these. You're more than welcome to watch or skip forward a little bit to the next scene. So question number 8, if you were there at the time, what would you have wanted the U.S. to do during World War I? Click the link. Go through the comments to find the question. Oh, I think I just saw it. There it is. Click the comments. Last time it was commented on was Tuesday at 10:33 p.m. So relaying the questions, the spreadsheet relaying the times into the spreadsheet as task number 1 for the cleaners, and deleting the questions from the expired questions from the spreadsheet as task number 3 for the cleaners. Number 9. Pot is a gateway drug. Why do you think they call it dope? Last time it was commented on was Monday at 6:55 p.m. And there was a slight error in the spreadsheet here. This is actually question number 9 and question 10. So I will, just to communicate successfully, make sure that it has 9 and 10 in the spreadsheet. Number 11, I'd like to know how a libertarian would deal with North Korea. Here's the comment. Last time it was commented on was November 9th. Which was 8 days ago, so we can remove that from the spreadsheet because it's no longer an active conversation. Therefore, our members don't have decided that it's no longer worthy of continuing. Either the answer's been continued or answered, or the person's just being too antagonistic to keep a conversation going, or whatever the reasons may be. The members individually have decided that it's no longer worth continuing. Number 11. Why do we care if terrorists are tortured? So I go through the comments looking for the question. Now this one's a little bit tricky. I can see here that Scott Reed posted the question, and one of our members responded in a comment next to it, not necessarily underneath it. In this scenario, we will look at the latest time for the comment underneath the latest comment, the latest response to the original question. And it was on Tuesday at 10:11 p.m. Back to the spreadsheet, question number 12. Is taxation rent for use of roads? So I go through the post, look through the comments for the question, found the question, click the comments, look at the latest time of the last comment, which was November 11th at 12:25 p.m. So that was about an hour away from being 6 days old. So technically it's not an expired question yet, so we will keep this on the spreadsheet and add it to the timesheet. Next question is number 13. Just to make it interesting, what if you are renting in public housing? Here's the comment. It was made November 11th at 1:03 p.m. Question 14. How are libertarians pro-life? Isn't that against our mantra? I think I remember seeing this one at the bottom, so I'm just going to scroll down. It is. It's the very last comment. And it was made on November 12th at 8:04 p.m. The last question is question number 15. Anarchists understand and respect natural law? Question marks. Really? Question mark. So I found the comment under the post. I clicked the comments to see the last time a comment was made. It was made Wednesday at 9:03 a.m. And that's the complete, well, almost. We're almost cleaner. Task number 1 and 3 are almost complete. Task number 3 is complete because task number 3 is deleting the questions that are expired from the spreadsheet. The task number 1 for the cleaners, the last step is to copy the timesheet, find the notifications department group chat, and then paste it in there to the Sorry, I actually had a difficult time talking with that one. So the last step for task number 1 is to copy the timesheet into the group messenger for the notifications department, so that the cleaners with task 2 can begin their operations. Next, I will be illustrating task 2's operations. Before I begin, though, with task 2, I would like to conclude with task 1 and 3, being that typically I prefer to do this with 2 devices. As you can see, it's not necessary, and I used 1 device for the purpose of creating this video. However, if I have 2 devices, such as my tablet and my phone, then I can use my phone for a document with the timesheet where it says question number 2 and the time and the date, and I can use the other device to go through the spreadsheet with the questions, click on the link, find the comment, and find the last time that it was commented on, and I can see the date and time of the last comment while I am typing in to the timesheet on my other device. That's just a little tip. It's definitely not required. So now, to begin with task number 2, I will analyze the spreadsheet and find the questions that are more than 3 days old, because none of them on here will be more than 7 days old. And if they've been here for more than 3 days then they need to be presented to our team so that they don't go unanswered. So I'm going to analyze this, and just for the purpose of an example, I'll only relay one of the questions to our team, but the process is the same for all the questions that are more than 3 days old. Taking a glance at it, it seems like the ones made on November 11th are the oldest, and I see there's 3 of them, and the oldest of those 3 would be question number 12. So I will go to the spreadsheet, find question number 12. Is taxation rent for use of roads? I will click the link to the post. I will copy the question. Remember the name Daryl Wyatt, and copy the link to the post. Then I'll go to our team messenger. And include the link to the post. So in this message I'm sending to our team, hello team, is anybody available to offer a response to, let's go ahead and include Mr. Daryl Wyatt. We want him to know that we're respecting him. To Mr. Daryl Wyatt and the comments of this posting. So I provide the link to the post and the question he is asking, is taxation rent for use of roads? And then I'll click send. Now there's a couple ways to complete task number 2 for the cleaners. This is one of them. We could, if we were going to use this technique, then we would literally go through the timesheet that was offered in the notifications department, find the questions that are more than 3 days old, and individually ask our team to answer those questions. Another way would be to find the questions that are more than 3 days old and group them together, and then ask the team to answer the questions for each of those. To illustrate, I'll just show you in this video. Today is November 17th at, let's just say, noon. So I'll find the questions that were asked on November 14th before noon or older, and group them together so they're more than 3 days old. Question number 2 is not older than 3 days. Question number 3 is older than 3 days, so I'll just type 3 there. Question number 4 is not older than 3 days. Question number 5 is older than 3 days. Question number 6 is not older than 3 days. Question number 7 is older than 3 days. Question number 8 is not older than 3 days. Question number 9 is older than 3 days, which is also question number 10. So let me group those together. Question number 11 is not older than 3 days. Question number 12 is older than 3 days. Question number 13 is older than 3 days. Question number 14 is older than 3 days. And question number 15 is not older than 3 days. So now I have the numbers for each question that is older than 3 days. I copied the question numbers, and then I will go to the spreadsheet, live questions for libertarian, copy the link to the spreadsheet. I did that by clicking the 3 dots at the top right, then click share and export, and then copy link. Lastly, I will open the group messenger for our team. I'll go ahead and thank Miss Susanna for volunteering to answer that question. And then I will present to the team the questions on the spreadsheet which are older than 3 days. So I presented the questions to the team, the numbers of each question that is older than 3 days, because we want to give our members the opportunity to answer the questions that are not older than 3 days at their own pace, at their own time, but we don't want to allow the questions to get to being 7 days old without being answered, because at 7 days they're deleted by cleaner number 1 and 3. So here's the message. Hello team, the questions numbered 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14 are inquiring our platforms and opinions. Any help answering them is greatly appreciated. Here's the link to the spreadsheet. And then I will click send. And here is a very interesting aspect to the cleaner task number 2. So we have a reinforcements department. The reinforcements team for the notifications department is the team that answers questions that are nearly expired. If they have just 1 day left before being 7 days old, then the question gets sent here, and this is a team of members that ensures all questions are answered. So I will go to the notifications department, erase what I typed, and look for the questions that are about to be deleted. So today's the 17th, so we're looking for questions that are 6 days old. So if they were made on the 11th, then we'll present these to the team, to the reinforcements team. Questions number 12, questions number just 12 and 13. I think I can remember those two questions, numbers 12 and 13. There's no need to copy and paste. I'll go to the reinforcements team. Hello reinforcements, questions numbered 12 and 13 are nearly expired, so they will be deleted unless a response is offered. Your good judgment. To continue the discussions or not by each of you is sincerely respected. Here's the link to the spreadsheet. All the help is deeply appreciated. Send. And the task number 2 for the cleaners is completed, and that concludes all the tasks of all the department. So I really hope this helps. I look forward to working with each of you. Please let me know which of these tasks you'll be interested in supporting and furthering liberty online through Ask a Libertarian Facebook page. Thank you very much.